We've all heard the saying before, keeping up with the Joneses. This isn't something new, but it is one of those things that most people struggle with each and every day when it comes to finances. So today I want to talk about 5 money habits that are keeping you poor, because when it comes to money, we are really bad at having a correct spending habit. Most people burn through all their cash once they get paid, and all of a sudden at the end of the month realizing they have no money left in their credit or banking account. So let's go off the top 5 things that I think most people struggle with, and let's start with number 1, which is most obvious, and that is they're spending too much. Now, most people, like I said, don't even really have a budget when it comes to their finances. Money comes in for where they work, money goes out real quick. They're paying for all their expenses, whether that's rent, food, car, electronic devices, so on and so on. And most people don't really think about what they're actually spending their money on. And because of this, they're spending more money and not even realizing it. And so by the end of the week, they're scratching their head wondering where all their money went. And this is the problem, because you don't know that you're spending more than you should be spending. And all of a sudden, it's really difficult then to do anything else, because you have to work to keep that income up to pay for everything that you want. Now, the second thing that really people do not know is that there's a thing called emotional spending. I've been there before. I know most other people have been there before. And it's when you see that one item, right, I need to have that, and you click it right away. And with society today and technology, it's a lot easier to do that. You go to Amazon, you see something you want, there's the one-click button to get it sent to your door, and before you know it, you're already ordering stuff that you do not need. And again, this goes with spending too much, because again, when you do this, you're most likely going to spend more than you need. And the fact is, a lot of the stuff that you get, you usually don't use that often. So you maybe use it 1 or 2 times, and then you put it to the side and forget about it, and therefore you spent maybe $20, $30 on that item, and all of a sudden you're not using it anymore, and you just wasted $20, $30. And most people don't think about this, but you usually do this more often than not. And so this over repetitive motion of buying things with the real easy ability to click once on Amazon, eBay, things along those lines, spending all the money really adds up over time. And again, that's money that could be going somewhere else, like savings or something along those lines. Number 3. Well, let's talk about savings then. And this is where most people really struggle with finances. They do not think about how they should invest their money. They think it's really difficult and too stressful, and do not invest any of their money. And in reality, it is super easy. Just look at YouTube, type in financial gurus, how to invest money, something along those lines. You will find a video showing you how to invest your money in different ways, whether that's in the stocks, whether that's bonds, ETFs, housing, things along those lines. The list goes on, because you need to find your niche area where you want to invest your money, one that makes sense to you, and that where you want to put your money and allow it to grow. Because of this, like I said, most people are not doing this. They're putting their money into their bank account and letting it sit there. The problem with this is that your bank account has terrible interest compared to everything else. Most interest rates on a bank account right now is less than 1%. The problem with that is that inflation is higher than that. So each and every year, inflation is going up while your money is barely moving at all. And because of this, you're actually losing out. Now, putting your money into, say, the stock market, typical return with 1 year is about 8%. Now, obviously that can change each and every year, but more often than not, you're going to make your money back and actually make more money. That's going to be above the inflation rate. So as that's going up, if your stocks or your bonds and whatever it is going up above the 3% or more, say it's at 4%, it's going to keep rising above, which is going to help you out in the long term. Now, number 4, this one I think hits home with pretty much everyone, and that is unused memberships. Now, most people, they get a gym membership beginning of the year and then never use it after January. And because of that, each month they're rolling about $10 to $20 into that membership and never utilizing it. Now, I'm not just hitting on gyms, because that's the most common one where people are spending their money on memberships, but also other memberships like streaming services. Now, with today's technology, again, there's so many streaming services out there. There's Hulu, there's Netflix, Paramount, Amazon Prime, you name it. there is something for your streaming services. And because this, so many people are buying so many different services. Yes, it's fairly cheap, $5, $6, $7, but each service definitely adds up over time. So think about it. If you're only watching on Netflix, yet you have 3 other streaming services along with that gym membership, you're spending at least $20 to $30 each and every month. And again, that money by itself could be going towards something else that could really help you grow your finances. And again, it's not a sprint, it is a marathon when it comes to your finances, because in the beginning, it's not going to seem like that's really going to add up, but over time, over multiple years, those $20, $30 are going to start stacking, and then you're going to have that compound interest also building onto that, which over time is going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger until you get to that point where you want to retire. The last one I want to talk about is debt and paying off your debt. Now, again, this is another thing that most people don't think about. They see their credit card debt, they see their student loan debt, whatever debt they have, they see a minimum payment each and every month. So say that minimum payment is $100 for whatever the price may be. So a person pays $100 each and every month. The reason why this is a problem is if you're only paying the minimum amount, that person, whoever gave you that deal, is making a lot more money off of you, because with the interest rate on that account, yes, you're taking a little bit of chunk each and every month out of it, but if you're not paying more than that minimum rate, you're going to be paying for a very long time for whatever you purchase. So if you're able to pay that off quicker, you're not going to pay more in the long term, because again, that financial rate didn't keep growing and growing and growing. Kind of like I talked about with the stocks. When that's a positive net for you, well, guess what? That's a negative outcome for you, because again, that money is going to keep going up and up for you, and therefore you need to constantly make sure you're keeping your debt at a minimum by paying more and more. So again, that's going to go back to what I said before. So again, if you're taking money from, say, a membership or some type of streaming service, you cut that out, you can now throw that money into those debts you want to pay off. And once you have that debt gone, well, guess what? Now you have all that extra money that you can now throw into some type of investment that can really help you out. So those are the 5 types of things that can really help you when it comes to finances that most people do not think about at all. So again, hopefully this video helps you out with just, kind of getting those gears spinning, helping your mind understand that financing is a long-term, or it's a marathon. It takes time. It's not a one-day thing. It's not a quick, rich type scheme. You have to put the time and effort into it and understand how it works. So that is all I have for you today. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe down below. I greatly appreciate that. That helps the YouTube algorithm with this YouTube channel. And again, just helps this video get to more and more people. So that's the goal of this, is to help people understand their finances. So that is all, and we will see you next time.